Good evening, I'm Tom Pearson, back once again here at the Newmarket International Festival of One-Act Plays. And with me now is Joan Burrows. Joan is a director of one of our plays. Joan, which play are you directing in the theater?
I'm directing The Booth by Val Stulman.
The Booth. And is that a comedy? Or?
It's a comedy, yes.
And what attracted you, do you think, to that play? I know there was a bunch of plays, and you were on the play reading committee.
That's correct.
And I guess that one jumped out at you?
It jumped out at me. It was one of the, I think we got batches of 10 to read at a time, and I think it was in either the first or second batch. When you're reading, we had 85 plays or something submitted, they start to get a little tedious after a while. But I read The Booth, and I was laughing out loud when I read it. And I thought, well, it can't be that funny. I'm just tired of reading some of these other plays. But I went back and read it again, and I was still laughing. And I thought, well, this play is funny, so I wrote it down. I put a star beside it as to this would be one that I would recommend. And by the time we finished our reading of 85 plays, we met with our top 10. And I kind of pushed that one because it's different and it's funny. And I think it will be interesting to see how the audience reacts to it.
Now, Joan, you've been a director in a number of plays in the area. Can you tell us a little bit about your directing background?
Well, I was a drama teacher for 30 years, an English and dramatic arts teacher for 30 years, and so drama class directing all the time, directing the plays for the school. And I became a member of the Curtain Club, I'm going to say 40-some years ago.
And that's at Richmond Hill?
Community Theatre, Richmond Hill. Very strong community theater, and I was stage managing. Initially, I learned about stage management, and when you're a stage manager for different directors, you look at their techniques, their abilities, their the way that they get their ideas across, their creativity or whatever, and I learned a lot by stage managing with different directors. And then I finally decided that I would like to direct, and they gave me my own play to direct, which was called Staff Room. And Staff Room went on to win not just the ATCO Award for Central Ontario, but it was chosen to represent Central Ontario at the Theatre Ontario Festival up in Sault Ste. Marie, and we won Best Production. Wow. So that's when I decided...
That's when you got hooked.
I was hooked long ago, but that's when I decided that maybe there's a career in writing, and I decided that writing plays and producing plays and taking them out for audiences to see was way more fun than marking Hamlet essays and King Lear essays, and I decided it was time to move out of teaching and go into another career, and that's what I've done. And one of my plays...
So you're in the Writers Guild, or?
Yes, I'm a member of the Guild of Canada, and actually one of my plays right now is being performed down at Bloor West Village Players, and I have to go tomorrow night to do a talk back after the performance. And that's always fun, because you never know what the audience is going to ask you. But anyway, I love the theater, I love plays, and I love directing. So I think we're going to have a lot of fun with this. And I hope the audience has a lot of laughter with it, too.
Awesome. Congratulations on that.
Thanks very much. Thank you.
You're welcome. This year for this theater, this festival, there's a number of plays that are there's a few comedies. There's a mixture, but I guess you're drawn more towards comedies. Would you say, or
No, not really. It's just this particular comedy. It made me laugh, and so I thought if I'm going to work on a play, I'll work on this one. I was involved with the festival a couple of years ago before COVID hit, and I did a one-man, one-act play. And it was more of a drama, and it went over really well, and he won the Best Actor Award that year.
Is that right?
Yeah, so it was great, but then I wasn't involved because of COVID, and I kind of shied away from it last year, but I was on the reading committee, but I wasn't participating. But I decided this year, I felt it's just time to get back into being involved with theater again, and so I decided I would put my bid in for this one particular play, and we'll see how it goes.
Well, I think the festival is very lucky to have you, and we really appreciate your participation.
Well, thank you.
Is there anything else you'd like to share with?
No, I hope people come to see it and they're open-minded, because it is adult language, mature. And I hope that they get past it and they just see the humor of the play.
And it's written by Val Stolman?
Val Stolman is an American woman playwright. That's another thing I'd like to promote. And she writes about what it's like to work in the film industry in the United States, in Los Angeles. And it's a very funny play of two people stuck in the sound booth of a film that's being made. And it's very clever, very funny.
Well, there you have it, folks. The Booth, starting September 8th at the Newmarket International Festival of One-Act Plays, which is at the Old Town Hall Theatre Auditorium in Newmarket, Ontario. We'll see you there.